So if your air fryer smashed potatoes are not coming out as you expect them to be, they're not as crispy, they're not as tasty, and they're just a bit underwhelming, then take a look at these 5 mistakes that we'll cover that can guarantee that you get the best smashed air fryer potatoes. The first mistake is using the wrong potatoes with the asterisk. Well, technically there's no wrong potato. Any potato will do great cooked in this way. It's like grease, butter, olive oil with potatoes. It's gonna be good. But the best texture and the best physical appearance would come from waxy yellow potatoes. They look really good, they look really bright, and the inside naturally is really creamy. If you take russets on the other hand, while they're tasty, they're just not as flavorful when it comes to the center as a Yukon Gold. Plus, they're very pale in appearance. I'm here using these yellow fingerling potatoes, and they work great. Also, using potatoes that are too big will be a challenge because you won't have enough of the peel to filling ratio, so that when you smash it, you really can't go too thin. Otherwise, you won't be able to have just the filling, just the inside of the potato hold the shape to then handle it, then toss it in the air fryer. Babies or fingerlings work best. The second mistake is not cooking your potatoes well before you decide to smash and make them crispy on the outside to make these smashed potatoes. Well, you can technically cook the potatoes in the air fryer first, and once the inside is fully cooked, then go ahead and smash and follow the recipe. I would rather you steam the potatoes. For me, using the Instant Pot works the best. Steaming them helps ensure that they're cooked inside. They're not full of water, which can happen if you cook them over the stovetop as you boil them. And it helps ensure that the inside stays moist still. If you cook them in the air fryer and then smash it and then cook it more in the air fryer, the texture won't be the same. But keep in mind, you better not undercook the potato so that it's still hot in the center, because that's so much worse than overcooking them. I want to pause the mistakes for a quick second. I usually just blindly trust, which I probably shouldn't anymore, that what the packaging says is true. The packaging for this bag of fingerling potatoes said that they are pre-washed, but look what I saw. So make sure you wash these potatoes really well before you go ahead and cook them. The third mistake is smashing it the wrong way. You don't want to go too thin. You'll end up making essentially a chip, or as the British call it, crisps, and you will get burnt edges and it just won't have the same fluffy inside and the crispy outside that we're looking for. But if you go too thick, then the center will never get the time to crispen while the outsides will. The target is about 1/2 inch. You want to expand the potato as you smash them to occupy the maximum surface area, but still thick enough that the inside is creamy. When you smash them, try to do one smooth press. Don't rock it, don't smash them unevenly, go right down the center. And if you see those cracks on the edges, that's good. That's gonna crispen up really well. Fourth mistake, and I'll keep harping on this, is not seasoning properly. I am just using salt and pepper. Great for potatoes, but if you don't season it well, there's no point to using it at all. See, I've put the salt and pepper in this butter and olive oil mixture, and I'm brushing the smashed potatoes only on one side for now with that oil and seasoning mixture. You want to make sure though that when you flip the potatoes halfway along, that you season the other side as well. And be generous, because these potatoes are very thick. If you don't season properly, no matter how crispy you can get these potatoes, they won't taste as good. Imagine having your favorite chips with no seasoning. It's not fun. And then the last mistake, what most people get wrong, because I get it, patience is really hard when you're making tasty stuff like this in an air fryer basket that's just not as big as your actual oven. But overcrowding essentially just stops the air fryer from doing what it's supposed to do, which is pushing hot air along that small surface area in that basket so that the food can cook really, really well. You want to make sure there's gaps so that everything crispens up evenly. If you don't get those gaps, if you have food just stacked over each other, you'll get uneven cooking. You'll get some soft potatoes, some crispy potatoes, and maybe even some burnt potatoes. Take your time, and if you really are making some huge batches, use your actual oven in the convection mode. So to recap, you want to make sure that you pick the right type of potato. Fingerlings or babies work the best. Also, Yukon Gold potatoes are the creamiest and waxiest inside, and they work great in this recipe. Make sure you cook them really well. Steaming is the best option. I do it in the Instant Pot. You can check out the full guide down below. And if they're wet after cooking, make sure you dry them and then transfer them to a baking sheet and then cover with a sheet of parchment paper. Then, using the back of a spatula or a cup, smash them evenly down the center, but make sure you don't go too thin and don't leave them too thick for sure. About ½ an inch is what you're looking for. Then microwave your butters to melt it and then mix it with the olive oil, salt and pepper. Brush that on the first side, the exposed side of the smashed potatoes. As that's happening, the air fryer has preheated at 400 degrees Fahrenheit. Add the potatoes carefully in the basket. You want to cook them for about 12 to 15 minutes and flipping them halfway along the cook time. As you flip them, season the other side with the same mixture. You want to season the other side later because the potatoes at this point would have been crispened enough so that they hold their shape and don't break as you handle them. And let them finish cooking until they get super crispy, and then finish it with some cheese. I'm using this Mexican blend, and then add some chopped green onions. Cook them for 1 to 2 more minutes, and now you're gonna get this beautiful crispy smashed potato that's crunchy outside and light and fluffy in the center. I topped mine with some freshly chopped chives. Now before they cool down and lose their cheesiness, let's give it a quick taste. Now, having officially had this for the first time, this is a really cool way to have potatoes. It doesn't taste like fries, doesn't taste like potato wedges, doesn't taste like mashed potatoes or baked potatoes. Kind of is like a cross between all of those things in a way, but kind of elevated and just tastier because it's just a different way of having cheesy, crispy, roasted potatoes. If this breakdown was useful, then hit the like button. It'll help this video get shared out to more viewers and cooks just like you. If you want to see more tips and tricks and mistakes that you can avoid while making your favorite stuff in the air fryer, then make sure you hit subscribe, turn on all notifications because I make these videos every week, so stay tuned for the next one.